Hey everyone! So, a little while ago we hit 40k, which means over 40,000 people are subscribed to me. I know I say this every time I do one of these videos, but wow. 40,000 subscribers is 39,820 more than I ever expected to have. Not to mention, thanks to my sales on Redbubble and the ad revenue generated from this channel, I'm able to devote a lot of time to this and make some pretty awesome things happen. Life's been pretty busy the last few months, and I've been navigating a lot of new things personally and trying a lot of new things creatively. But I still enjoy putting things together for you guys, so for my 40k special, I thought I'd bring back an old favorite. So today we'll be doing another character design raffle. It's pretty much the same thing as the one I did at 15k, a long time ago, for those of you who were around back then to remember. I've drawn 3 characters, and I'll talk a bit about the ideas behind their design and what I've imagined for their personality and backstory as well. I grabbed 3 more mood boards I made to get me started on their design and to base the vibes of their character off of. I'll go over the rules for the giveaway and how to enter a little later, but don't worry, it'll basically be the same as the last competition. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about the characters. So this is Chai, a Silkwing Mudwing hybrid who lives in Pentala. His mother was a Silkwing and he never met his father. Chai doesn't know he's a hybrid and his mother does not plan to tell him. Sure, he looks a bit different from most Silkwings, with small, stubby antennae and an unusually stout stature. But otherwise, he blends in well enough. Chai is 12 years old, fully grown, and lives by himself near the library. He always enjoyed reading growing up, and he volunteered to help the librarians when he was a little older. He loved the smell of delicate parchment and leather covers, and the slow quiet of the library felt endlessly calm to him. Now that he's an adult, he started work as a full librarian, undertaking the daunting task of keeping his hive's massive library in order. He likes to start his days off with the coffee chocolates from the shop near the library. The shop sells coffee beans dipped in chocolate, a good snack to keep in the library for slow mornings or long nights. Chai also likes to make a stop by the flower vendors in the marketplaces in the mornings. He finds plenty of interesting flowers to hang in various rooms of the library. As the fragrant plants dry, they perfume the building and help add some color as well. Chai's a quiet dragon, very calm and easygoing. He's hard to ruffle and pretty content with his life. He's never found without his scarf, which his mother made for him on his 8th hatching day. Around his neck, he keeps the key to the library, since he's generally the first dragon there in the mornings and the last dragon there at night. He has a few friends, mostly Silkwing, who he spends his days off with. However, Chai can admit he's extremely introverted, and most days he prefers to simply spend time in the library or with his mother. Someday, Chai wants to write as well. He wants to add something to the great collection in his library. Right now he's collecting fragments of writing on the hive he lives in, hoping to write a guide to the current intricacies of its infrastructure. For Chai's art, I think the biggest thing that spoke to me for his mood board was the golden colors and the book theme, obviously. I also really like the iron keys in the upper left corner. I tried to incorporate that into the design just a little bit. And that's Chai. He's a pretty chill, sweet guy all around. Next up, we have Violet, another hybrid. Unlike Chai, she's well aware she's a hybrid, but like him, she doesn't know one of her parents. Violet never met her mother, and her dad refuses to tell her what tribe she was. Violet has guessed Seawing or perhaps Rainwing. However, instead of choosing to be angry at her father for refusing to tell her, Violet decides to take it in stride. She hates to dwell on things she can't change. Violet and her dad live in the Scorpion Den. A hybrid as obvious as her doesn't get along well in many places. Violet is smart, with a sharp mind and a quick tongue. However, she struggled to find work thanks to the fact that most dragons distrust and dislike hybrids. Luckily, Violet never gives up easily. She realized that she could work with the very thing keeping her from finding any success. She could use her uniqueness as a way to draw dragons in. So Violet joined Lizard's Traveling Circus as one of their attractions. She found she had a taste for stage life and began to enjoy traveling with the group. They circle back to the Scorpion Den quite often, so she still gets to see her dad as much as she wants to. While with the circus, Violet learned how to dance and discovered that she enjoyed it more than anything else she'd tried. It stuck, and she started practicing with some of the circus's dancers. Before long, she was helping with the shows as well as being one of their attractions. Violet can be prickly at times. When she was a dragonette, few other dragons wanted to play with her, so she hasn't had many chances to develop social skills. But the circus is full of strange dragons, with several hybrids other than her. Violet had finally found a place where she had friends and acceptance, even though she looked different from any other dragon. She had never much bothered with having a low opinion of herself. Although many dragons in her position might have become beaten down over the years, Violet hasn't the time for it. Life is too short to hate yourself, and Violet has big plans. Anyhow, as you may have noticed, one of the biggest inspirations for me from this mood board is the earbuds glowing with reflected light from the phone in the upper left corner. I just love how they look, and I wanted to incorporate them somehow. So I imagine they're part of her getup for when she dances with the circus, a way to add some flair and mystery to her act. They were actually what inspired the idea of her being a dancer. Anyways, the overall moodiness of this board fostered her personality, a bit dramatic, with a deep well of self. I struggled a lot with her furl. As much as I adore the sandwing feature, I have a ridiculously hard time getting it to look right for me when I draw them. Practice makes perfect though, I guess. And last but not least, we have Perry. Short for periwinkle, she is a full-blooded seawing. Her mood board is pretty chill, so I went for soft, rounded body shape to push a harmless kind of feeling. I mostly stuck to the lavender colors, but I wanted to add some variety, so I included some pink multiply spotches, and I tried to snag the color of the matchsticks in her wings as well. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about this design, but overall I'm happy enough with it. You may notice the overarching heart theme in the blotches on her face and underbelly, and the markings on her wings. That was inspired by her mood board and the heart in the lower left corner. Perry is an adolescent dragon who only recently went through her metamorphosis. She has several younger siblings and enjoys helping their mother look after them while her mother is at work. Perry has recently started volunteering at her Hive Silkwing orphanage, where she's found meaning in her work and love for little abandoned dragonettes. However, with her job assignment looming on the horizon, she's worried that she'll be assigned away from the orphanage and that she won't be able to help there anymore. She would miss the sweet little dragonette she helps to take care of. One of them even made her a bracelet, which she wears everywhere. Perry knows she doesn't get a say in what job she gets assigned, but she hopes the Hivewings in charge of the affair will see how helpful she can be where she is. Her favorite color is orange, and Perry loves the caramel drops sold in the store near the orphanage. Sometimes she brings some for everyone to share. She doesn't read much, but she does occasionally make up stories of her own to entertain her siblings. Perry is a homebody at heart. She likes to be around families and someday wants one of her own. Until then, she's content looking after her own siblings and the dragonettes at the orphanage. And that wraps up the characters. So we'll do this raffle the same way I did last time. I've already picked a number between 1 and 10,000 for each of these dragons. To enter, simply comment your guess. Remember, between 1 and 10,000. Whoever guesses the closest will win. You have up to 3 guesses, 1 for each of the dragons. Thank you so much for 40k. I'm pretty proud of this milestone, and I'm excited to keep growing. Y'all be sure to enter the contest, and please have a wonderful week.